Did you know that nearly 50% of marriages in the US end in divorce? That's a staggering number, and it's not just about couples who can't get along. Research shows that many relationships fail because partners don't know how to truly connect with each other. In fact, a study by the American Psychological Association found that the number one reason people break up is not infidelity or finances, but emotional neglect. So, what does that mean for you? It means that many couples are missing the vital tools they need to build strong, happy relationships. This video is about to dive deep into the hidden truths of love and connection. You'll discover why many relationships crumble, even when they seem perfect on the surface. We'll explore surprising strategies to strengthen your bond, embrace growth, and recognize emotional needs. From the myths of compatibility to the silent impact of past experiences, you'll learn what no one tells you about building a lasting connection. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of successful love? Let's get started. Chapter 1: The Illusion of Compatibility. Why perfect matches don't last. When we look for a partner, most of us start with compatibility. We want someone with similar interests, values, or lifestyle. It seems logical. But here's the twist: studies show that compatibility, in the traditional sense, isn't a great predictor of long-term happiness. According to research published in Psychological Science, couples with high levels of similarity aren't necessarily happier. In fact, compatibility often distracts us from what truly builds strong connections. The real key? Complementary growth. Dr. John Gottman, a leading relationship researcher, found that couples thrive not because they're alike but because they nurture each other's growth. He says, successful couples aren't focused on finding the perfect partner. They're focused on becoming the best partner. This is a shift from focusing on "are we a match?" to "can we grow together?" To nurture growth, start by embracing differences instead of fearing them. If your partner sees the world differently, see it as a chance to learn. Be curious. Ask questions. For example, if your partner is spontaneous and you're more reserved, see how spontaneity can bring a bit of adventure into your life. Learning from each other helps you grow, not just individually but as a team. Another key? Stop keeping score. Studies show that scorekeeping, measuring how much each person contributes, erodes relationships. When we get stuck on fairness, we lose sight of kindness. Try focusing on giving without expecting something back. This shift can make a huge difference in the level of trust and satisfaction you feel together. And here's a surprising tip: be careful about expecting your partner to fulfill all your needs. A study from the University of Toronto found that the belief in a soulmate leads to more breakups, as people get disappointed when their partner can't meet every expectation. Instead, focus on bringing your whole self into the relationship. Encourage each other to have separate interests, friends, and hobbies. Strong relationships often grow from a place of individuality and respect, not just from being perfectly matched. Chapter 2: The Silent Killer. Emotional neglect and its invisible impact. Emotional neglect might be the quietest relationship killer there is. Many people think relationships end because of big, obvious issues like cheating or constant arguments. But often, it's the gradual erosion of emotional connection that does the real damage. In one study by Dr. Sue Johnson, founder of Emotionally Focused Therapy, emotional neglect was linked to a 70% increase in relationship dissatisfaction. Emotional neglect happens when couples stop sharing their deeper thoughts and feelings. They may talk about their day, but they no longer connect emotionally. Dr. Johnson calls this emotional starvation. Over time, it makes people feel unseen and unimportant. To tackle this, make emotion check-ins a weekly habit. These are short conversations where you and your partner share one thing that's been on your mind or heart. Keep it simple and honest. It doesn't have to be deep, it's more about reconnecting with each other. For instance, saying, "I felt really stressed this week, and I wish we had more time together," opens the door for understanding. Active listening is another powerful tool. When your partner shares, don't jump to solutions. Just listen. Let them feel heard. According to a study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, feeling understood by your partner can double relationship satisfaction. So, don't worry about what to say, focus on being fully present. Lastly, make it a point to acknowledge the little things. Couples who regularly express appreciation for small acts of kindness, like making coffee or running errands, report higher happiness. This is backed by a Harvard study, which found that gratitude strengthens emotional bonds and reduces feelings of neglect. So, next time your partner does something thoughtful, say thank you with sincerity. These small gestures have big emotional impact. Chapter 3: Authenticity Anxiety. Why being real scares us in love. Authenticity in relationships is harder than it sounds. Many people hide parts of themselves out of fear of rejection or judgment. But here's the irony: hiding who you truly are actually increases your risk of relationship failure. In a 2015 study by Carnegie Mellon University, couples who felt they could be themselves reported 50% more satisfaction in their relationship. So, why do we hide? Often, it's a fear of vulnerability. We're afraid our partners might judge or reject us. Brené Brown, author and researcher, says, vulnerability is not winning or losing, it's having the courage to show up when you can't control the outcome. In other words, authenticity requires courage. To practice being real, start with small moments. Share a thought or feeling you usually keep to yourself. For example, if you feel nervous about something, say so. Being honest about even minor things builds a foundation of trust. According to Brown's research, small acts of honesty create a trust bank over time, making it easier to open up about deeper topics. Another powerful strategy is to express your fears and insecurities. If you're scared of being hurt or abandoned, share that fear. It may feel uncomfortable, but vulnerability opens the door to deeper connection. When both partners share their insecurities, they build a sense of we're in this together. This fosters a unique emotional intimacy that's hard to find otherwise. Don't forget to celebrate each other's uniqueness, too. Instead of trying to change or improve your partner, see them for who they are. A study from the University of California found that couples who appreciate each other's quirks have higher levels of commitment and satisfaction. Instead of hiding quirks, embrace them. Loving someone warts and all creates a sense of freedom and comfort. Finally, make it a practice to check in with yourself. Are you hiding parts of yourself to keep the peace? Notice these patterns, and make conscious choices to bring more of your true self to the relationship. Authenticity isn't about being perfect, it's about being real, messy, and human. And when both partners commit to that, it builds a love that feels solid and secure. If you're finding these insights helpful, be sure to subscribe for more tips on building a successful relationship. Chapter 4: Love Burnout. How the pursuit of forever backfires. Many couples enter relationships with the idea of forever. While it sounds romantic, aiming for forever can actually lead to burnout. In a study by the Journal of Marriage and Family, couples who felt pressured to maintain a perfect relationship reported higher levels of stress and exhaustion. When love becomes a task, it loses its joy. One of the first ways to avoid love burnout is to focus on enjoying the present rather than obsessing about the future. According to Dr. Esther Perel, the quality of your relationship depends on your ability to be present. Rather than worrying about whether you'll still be together years from now, ask yourself, how can I make today enjoyable with my partner? This shift can reduce the pressure and bring more fun into your connection. Another strategy is to take breaks, not from each other but from the pressure to work on the relationship. Many couples feel they constantly need to fix or improve things. But sometimes, simply relaxing together can be just as beneficial. Dr. Terry Orbuch, author of 5 Simple Steps to Take Your Marriage from Good to Great, suggests setting aside no work zones in your relationship. These are moments when you're together just for enjoyment, no deep conversations, no problem solving, just shared fun. Here's a unique idea: try a gratitude reflection before going to bed. Research shows that couples who regularly express gratitude for each other experience less burnout. It doesn't have to be grand, even saying thank you for cooking dinner can reinforce positive feelings. According to a study in personal relationships, expressing gratitude creates a buffer against stress and rekindles affection. Chapter 5: The Hidden Saboteur. Past baggage. You didn't know you carried. Past experiences, even those we don't remember clearly, can subtly affect our relationships. A 2017 study from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology showed that people's attachment styles, often formed in childhood, strongly predict how they behave in romantic relationships. Past baggage often hides in these patterns, silently shaping our responses. One effective way to start healing past baggage is to recognize it. Many of us aren't even aware of the old patterns we carry. Begin by noticing moments when you feel overly defensive or insecure. This could be your past baggage talking. Psychologist Dr. Alice Boyes suggests writing down your reactions when you're upset, as this can help you spot recurring themes. Communicating with your partner about your past can also reduce the baggage's impact. Share memories or experiences that shaped your beliefs about love. Maybe you learned early on not to trust others, or you experienced instability that makes you fear loss. Sharing these insights can foster empathy and understanding. Dr. Gary Chapman, author of The 5 Love Languages, emphasizes that understanding each other's backgrounds builds emotional intimacy. It's also valuable to use I statements during conversations about past wounds. Instead of saying, "You make me feel insecure," try saying, "I feel insecure when." This approach reduces defensiveness and keeps the focus on your experience, which can lead to more constructive conversations. Studies show that couples who use I statements have healthier communication patterns. Another helpful tool is self-compassion. Dr. Kristen Neff, a researcher on self-compassion, found that people who practice self-compassion are better at overcoming negative emotions, including those from the past. Try saying something gentle to yourself when you feel triggered, like, "It's okay. I'm safe now." This simple act can calm you down and keep your past from sabotaging your present. If you've enjoyed these insights and want more strategies for creating lasting love, don't forget to subscribe for more valuable content.